Tell me what's your point of view? What's your point of view? Tell me what's your point of view? It is your view, point of view, point of view. What's your point of view? It's time to hear from you. Welcome to Point of View. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. We are here in the Vision Video Studio. I have the pleasure to be sitting here with Bobbie Holliday, artist and comedian. How are you?
Ooh, the pleasure is all mine. I'm just so happy to be here with such wonderful people and love you guys. I appreciate you guys, what y'all doing for me today.
First of all, I have to tell you that when I'm watching your videos, I'm praying and I'm laughing at the same time. How did you get started making videos?
When they had the big cameras out in '86, I was just so intrigued about, honestly, it was like the heroin was heavy back then. So I used to take my camera and actually interview heroin addicts and make fun of my family for funny moments. So I just was infatuated with cameras. Yeah,
Wow.
so 35 years I've been filming people.
Now, have you always been a jokester?
Yes, always been. I inherited from my grandma Pearl, and my father always was a jokester. So thank God. You know, I don't know what I'd be without being able to help people laugh and to laugh. It'd be a dark place probably. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Thanksgiving and Christmas events
Hilarious. Somebody put me on the stage and say, "You funny. Can you come do my comedian thing at Chuck's?" And I did it, and it was a success. Even though I bombed. Last time I was on stage, I bombed, but I did it, and it worked out good without writing nothing. Yeah, so.
So you just kind of went with the flow of the people in the audience.
Yeah, yes. But the problem is you gotta write, and I just don't know. Couldn't figure out writing and rehearsing. So I'll get there.
So
though.
you like the natural flow conversation.
Yeah, but that don't work when you with the big dogs. You gotta eat. It's disrespect. I was disrespectful coming off of Facebook, thinking I can take over their stage, but I learned.
But it's a different platform.
Yeah.
But it's the one you
beast.
have is funny.
Yeah. Thank God I can be funny on the stage, off the stage, and wherever I go. Like, I can create laughter, and that's just a blessing for me and for other people, because a lot of people struggling with depression. I'm learning from being in my DM saying thank you, and I just be like, wow, I'm not the only one that struggle with sometimes being choked by your past, or you know what I mean, struggling with, hey, wonder what tomorrow's gonna bring. Did I mess up my life so bad that when I'm 60, will I be in the old, stuff like that come and choke you, and it can paralyze you. So laughter, you get to escape, you know what I mean, and be in la la land, as they say. Yeah.
Just for those few moments, and then actually laughter, it keeps running. So if you plant that seed of joy through a skit or something,
it's good for the soul.
Keeps rolling.
Yeah, laughter is good for the soul.
Well,
so
that's what they say.
Thank God. Yeah.
A certain chemical is produced when you're laughing.
Yeah, but I always tell people, they be like, without your videos, some people say they actually wanted to kill themselves, but I'm like, yeah, my videos are not permanent. It's just, you know what I mean, short term. But Jesus Christ is the long term, you know what I mean, of joy and happiness and peace. The videos is just a 1 minute kick, and you can watch it over and over, but after a while you're gonna need something that's gonna hold you. So I'm always able to at least tell them that,
Wow.
through all my madness, Jesus saves. Don't look at what I'm doing. I'll talk about what he did.
Because he definitely have you when you're doing those skits.
Yeah. But I always tell my mom and my aunts, because they always say they worry. But if you notice, it's only UPS workers, FedEx, SEPTA drivers, cops, nuns. Nobody's safe. But I'm definitely ain't out here on these streets doing that to anybody. I'm not that dumb. Yeah, I ain't smoked that much crack.
Well, I know that you're getting a lot of views. People are definitely enjoying them. They're commenting and they're giving posts, giving you that feedback. So that is awesome. So when your first time you did this, like, I'm gonna just do this. So when did you find it's like wow, people were really enjoying this?
Yeah, the first time I ever did a skit, I think it did 3 million in like 3 hours. The Young Dog Cross. Young Thug Cross. It's a neighbor of mine, and his name is he got the boy with the beard. He was just in Black De Niro movie. His name is Got You Cracking the F Up, and he's my neighbor. So he got 300,000 followers, and I'm like, man, I want that level. And I watched all his videos, and I said, okay, I got to do a skit, and I did that skit, and it was just like 100 million off the back in like 3 months. So yeah.
Wow.
And it was just like, man, you need to watch Purple Rain. So because a lot of these kids thinking their father teach them, don't cry or you a punk or you a P if you cry. That's not true. We have tears for a reason. So in that video, I was just trying to display like, it's okay. You need to cry. You need to get washed, fam. And it was a hit. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw that. It was definitely, I'm like,
Yeah, it
that's
was
Bobbie.
amazing.
There go Bobbie again.
Yeah, so I didn't mark the video. Like now I mark my videos because when they go all over the world, people don't give you the credit, so.
You have to.
I really didn't want the credit because I was so afraid of, because when you on Instagram, somebody get denied. Whatever you love more than your address, it can cause a divorce. It can cause your kids to be messed up. And I take like Instagram as a black hole. So I'm glad. Because right now I probably have like 600 million if I would have marked my video. I didn't even mark the Nita. My manager begged me to mark the video. But I'm saying I knew it was gold. And I said, I don't want all that traffic because, it interferes with your wife. You understand? So I'm lucky to still be married after that, all that viral stuff, because you glued in and it's bad for your health. Instagram is not healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are saying the same thing.
I want everybody to go viral so they can realize it ain't cracked up with it. You know what I mean? God ain't designed us like that to be on Instagram for 8 hours reading every comment. It's detrimental. It's bad for you. So so
that's not. It gives you indigestion.
Yeah,
after a little while.
And mess your eyes up. Yeah, and you're done. Especially wives need to be comforted and they need to hear how much you love them and make them feel like they when you on that Instagram, that be your number one priority. And next thing you know, you up by yourself sleeping on the couch. You understand? And then you mad at her. You understand? Being stubborn and not knowing you are the problem, sir.
Wow.
So, learning, learn
I'm
lesson.
number 2.
Yeah, man.
Instagram's number 1.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. But I just appreciate all the followers and all the people that repost my videos. Making America laugh again. One face at a time. That's what I usually say. Yeah.
Oh, yep. I like it. So we're going to take a break real quick and we'll be right back.
Point of view. What's your point of view?
Excuse me, are you the manager? Yeah, my boyfriend was here earlier, and he said that the manager tried to write her phone number on his receipt, and and he said she smelled like cigars, so I know it's you. Boom. All I'm trying to say is you need to watch your hormones because you never know who you dealing with.
With me? I'm the kitchen person.
Exactly. He said you came out from he said your hormones almost hugged and squeezed her. But they got pills over close your mouth for a fly get in it. Matter of fact, it's wintertime. But he was just saying like you was trying to come on to her, baby girl.
They're trying to come on me. What?
I don't know, baby girl, but
I'm gay, honey. I ain't trying to come on nobody's man. What
oh,
are you talking about?
you get well he kind of looked both. You wouldn't know, but you probably smelled the aroma of gayness and.
Okay, so you're walking to me.
All I'm trying to say, GNC got pills called It'll like knock your hormones down, baby girl, because they flaring.
Sir,
I don't want no problems. I don't know who you are either. But all I'm just saying is, control them. Control them. I'm out of here. Control her. I am. It's a prank. I'm sorry. My name Bobbie Holliday. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yo, you got Instagram? You got Instagram?
Yeah.
Go to Bobbie Holliday. Bobbie Holiday with 2 L's. And you're going to be on there today. Say hi. What's your name? I love you.
Oh my God. Yo, you got the shit out of me.
Bobbie Holliday.
What?
Bobbie. Holiday with 2 L's, all right?
Oh my God, you a tree today.
Word.
It's time to hear from you. Welcome to Point of
Hey everybody, welcome back. I know that video had you cracking up, but I know that you also were doing video tips about marriage.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the topics that you touched on?
Well, just being married for like 26 years. Sometimes we don't know how to be husbands. And it's just like you just be stuck in the world of me. That's all you know. But sometimes you just gotta, not sometimes, all the time, you must learn how to bend for your significant other at all times and communicating. It was so important. It was just like men think as long as they put money on the table that she should be good. Conversating. I remember she was like, we don't talk. I'm like, I'm not Ted Martin from All My Children. Like, you want me to be these? I was just crazy. And then just learning down the line that, when she stood her ground, bruh, if you don't change, it's over. And then, I loved her so much that I began to listen and start changing, that she's just not there for sex. And money ain't enough. You know what I mean? But without the conversation and, making her feel secure, then the marriage was really nothing. And I had to learn, being a little boy at 26-year-old getting married. You know what I mean? Still having a 13-year-old mindset and having to grow, because around us wasn't no successful marriages. We didn't see it, and we only knew what ABC and NBC showed us. George James Evans, you know what I mean?
And even the music industry.
Yeah.
All right, leave him, leave him,
Yeah,
kick
yeah.
him to the curb. That's what they say.
It was hard to make. It was so hard, but I thank God that I got a God-fearing wife who's stuck in there with me, and I still be bugging, still learning after 20-something years, still learning. So,
And it's interesting because with relationships, I'm like, you think about it, every 5 to 10 years, you don't even like the same color. You don't even like the same food. You done switched up the way you dress. So, I mean, we're constantly changing. So, to actually be in a marriage and changing with two different people changing.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a little different.
It's a humbling experience. Like I always tell women, like I counsel a lot of women, a lot of broken women on my live sometimes. To actually, they're crying, you understand? Because you're able to read eyes. And what I tell them is one thing: try to get out the city, and you are beautiful, and you know what I mean. God have a plan for you. It's not over. You understand? So it's just a lot of brokenness, and a lot of us men is just falling short because we are the providers, and you know what I mean. We just fell short as being men in this world, and it's crazy. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, you can see the pattern where when the men started leaving the house, and then with the system and separating, and that's a whole
the welfare lady
show.
coming. You got to go. You got to disappear
you can't
for an
stay
hour.
Night to night.
Yeah. So yeah,
you can't go
that's
to the
crazy,
market
ain't
with
it? Yeah, that's crazy. You can't be seen with me. Thank God that Instagram wasn't out back then. A lot of people wouldn't have got their daggone check.
They wouldn't got no housing or nothing. So it is interesting that they don't promote.
I would say that if you plan on getting married, you need to get counseling. Don't just go and get married because he got pretty hair. It's in there. That ain't enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
And investigate. Check his wallet when he sleep.
What numbers he got there?
You understand? Get his social security number before y'all do anything. It's just a lot of learning that it's just like everybody OJT just learning on the job. And it's just we just set up just to fail, It's crazy.
You gotta sometimes ask them questions. And back in the day, you
Hard
had a big
question.
mama to say, "Big mama, what about?" But now we don't always have that person to go to.
Yeah.
That wisdom.
Yeah, baby kids has had kids and grandkids, and we dealing with baby kids right now. Like the boy was a genius, Bernie Mac. And it just seemed like we just dealing, like they was like, yeah, crack is over. We won the war on drugs. No, we still dealing with the kids that had to raise themselves. And now most of them is just like having grew up and didn't sing love and can't give love. So we
don't even know it.
We struggling in that area of, the babies is like they running things now and without love, and it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
So you do what you do because you want to bring joy, encouragement, and peace. So why is laughter so important?
Laughter is so important because just going back to the fact that, you know, when I used to get high, I used to rob my mother. I wanted to kill my grandmother. This close from going to prison for the rest of my life, wanting to kill her to smoke crack cocaine because she wouldn't give me the $10. And a lot of times now that I'm free from crack cocaine, all the stuff that I've did, it creeps up on me and choke me some days, and it paralyzed me. And you know, I gotta keep it moving and keep laughter going because it just, you know, take that pain away sometimes of my yesterday. Even though Jesus died for that, but sometimes we can't grasp it. We can't grab onto that. So laughter is necessary. We need it, and people need it. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome because it produces something and it give your mind a different change, a different atmosphere, a different energy.
Yep.
All right, so I want you to look into that camera. There's someone who may not be feeling so well in their spirit. Just give them some words of encouragement before we go.
Hey, if you're not feeling well in your spirit, I would just say find you a local church home that's not a circus act, because there's so many churches out here nowadays. 90% of them are circus acts, and it's like you find good songs, you find good singers, but you rarely find Jesus. It's a must that you find Jesus in the church, and don't lift up the pastor as much and never find Jesus. He's not Jesus. He struggled just as you struggle. But find a church home, and you know, I would say learn his ways, be seated and learn of him, and then God will be able to, the Holy Spirit, your conscience will go against the 25-year-old you, the 30-year-old you. He'll begin to go against all that dust that you collected in your spirit and teach you and speak to you truth in your spirit. Hebrews 4:12, for the word of God is quick, powerful, sharper than any twist, piercing even, it means going up in you and telling you exactly who you are, and then you start getting better in Jesus' name. So it's not over. I thought I'd be dead at 21. I'm 50 years old now with third grade education, making $90,000 a year, sometimes 120, but I know them days is over. But it's just amazing with people telling me that, you know, I knew I should have been dead or just getting out of prison, but I'm here today. God is a wonderful story changer.
All right. Well, with the plans that you have coming up, you may be able to exceed 120. I'm just saying.
Well, let's hope so. It's just, I love helping people. I want to be the person that when there's a fire and I'm watching that TV, I would love being the person to say, babe, let's cut the check for this. Like, my thing is, sometimes it's a curse because some people was raised with no love and they take advantage of you. You understand? But I just want people to have what I have. You know, even if it's my friends, everybody know me. I want people to have what I have, and I want to share with the world. Yeah.
Look, anything is possible.
Yes, sir.
Well, I thank you for joining us today.
I thank you.
And we will see y'all next time.
Tell me what's your point of view? What's your point of view? Tell me what's your point of view? It is your view, point of view.